Interceptor. This movie is on Netflix, and this movie is about a lonely army captain having to use all her training to coordinate an attack threatening the remote missile interceptor station. And well, I was browsing through Netflix top movies of the week. I initially thought, ooh, interesting. I want to see some Chris Hemsworth. I want to see him act in another movie besides Thor. And, you know, he did an Extraction movie on Netflix as well. And so, on the summary of Netflix for Interceptor, I just read Chris Hemsworth. I did not read Avengers star Chris Hemsworth produce this action thriller. All I read was Chris Hemsworth. Anyways, let's start with the review. And before I start, I want to say hello. Welcome to my channel, Moviegoers. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I very much appreciate you all the way. And alright, so for what is good of the movie and what I liked about it, one, the fighting scenes were pretty cool to watch. I mean, I did like the character JJ. She was kicking ass left and right, and watching her, I mean, I wanted to fucking be powerful and kick ass left and right, but most likely I would just probably hurt myself. Anyways, the fighting scenes, like I said, they're really cool. Like, by the way, she had such a toned body on her, to be honest. I was just a little jealous. But besides admiring her body, I did admire her skills as well. I appreciate they decided to have a female role as the main character to save the world from going to shits, because, I mean, it's going to shits regardless all the time. And let's be honest, a lot of movie roles for these action genres goes to men. And why? Well, because it's been like that for a long time. But I'm thankful that for Interceptor they gave this role to a female. And yeah, the stunts have a good takeaway. They seem realistic. I mean, I did do some research on the actress, and she built her body up for the movie. And I mean, I did see an interview that they are talking about how hard she worked for it. She worked really hard for the role and put all her effort. She trained every day. She worked out. She tried to do some of the stunts herself. And it took a lot of creativity from all the people who did this film. And, you know, to showcase how a female can fight men who are bigger than her. And she uses whatever is around her to help fight, you know, bad guys. And while I was watching this interview, my attention went to the recommendation page, which YouTube is always trying to recommend you videos. I noticed Hemsworth is like, you know, being touchy closey with the actress, the main actress, and then I realized it's his wife. I had no idea. Now this makes a lot of sense how she is the star of the movie and Chris the producer. I'm not stating she got the role because of him. I just don't like the idea that, great, he is the producer, but then he puts himself in the movie as a cameo and just kind of throws us off because, you know, takes away a little from her. That's how I feel. I'm not sure whoever saw this movie felt that way. I love Chris Hemsworth, but let her do her role. She did it beautifully, and, you know, as much as she could. There is a work that she needs to get done, you know, besides working on her body, but otherwise, you know, I appreciate that he has a strong woman by his side, helping her to, you know, succeed in this film industry. Otherwise, there's just things I did not like. Anyways, good number 2, the Luke Bracey, the actor who plays villain Alexander Kessel. I felt like he did the best in the acting category. And he made his character very natural, like, as, you know, he's taking over many ships. It's just to say, like, his acting did not feel as stale as maybe some of the actors. His body seemed a lot, like, his body language was relaxed, basically. And when it came to the fighting scenes, his performance didn't feel forced. And I could see him in other action movies. Unfortunately, he has not had luck in previous action roles, but hopefully he can move on to something better. And moving on to what the film can improve on are as follows. Number 1, the screenwriting is just dry on the dialogue. Storyline, very rushed, quick to the point. Plot seemed escalated. It went from literally not even 0. It just went from 100 to 100. And I'm not saying this movie is not watchable, but there's just a lot of cheesy lines and kind of meh. And you know, the beginning of the movie starts out pretty strong. It does. It shows us a history of what happens if a nuclear bomb comes to the United States. Then an interceptor will be launched to stop it. And it's just, there's a lot of improvements that needs to go on with this film. Like, for example, maybe take out the cliches that JJ has to deal with in this movie, as in the typical male stereotypes. You have your jerk, who's, you know, always a jerk around women who are in power. And there's a nerdy type of guy who just sits at the desk and has no courage. We have the big bulky guys that just have no fucking lines. They're just there to act big and all this shit. I mean, the plot is okay overall. I mean, they could have just worked a way to not make it sound tacky, I guess. The fighting scenes were really cool. I did like that. Just, if it wasn't for that, maybe the rating be lower. By the way, the actors who play the government roles were just bad. I did not believe any of the concerns. It felt as they were just reading their lines. I get it. The government is seen as having no emotions, really, or not even wanting to find a fucking solution, because, I mean, that's what... Ugh. But either way, the lines were just given were bad, or the roles they had to play were bland. Who knows? I saw no message really behind this movie at all, besides it being a kick-ass action, and that's really all it was to me. And if that was the point, then I guess they did their job. Could I see myself watching this movie again? Maybe not. Would I recommend you to watch it at least once? Yeah, I give it a shot. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Down below, I have a short film I created or another review of whatever YouTube would like to recommend you. If you'd like to see more reviews, go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you are feeling extra, go ahead and like this video. And oh yeah, comment down below if you saw the movie, want to see it, or just saying no thanks. Anyways, next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.